What was the Smith Act? Have you ever wondered how laws can shape the political landscape during times of fear? The Smith Act is a perfect example of this. Passed in 1940, this United States federal law aimed to tackle the perceived threats of communism and fascism. It made it a crime to advocate for the violent overthrow of the United States government. This meant that simply being part of a group that supported such actions could lead to serious legal consequences. During the Cold War, the Smith Act became a tool in the fight against communism. The Red Scare and McCarthyism created an atmosphere of public paranoia. Many Americans feared that communists were infiltrating the government and society. The Smith Act was used to target individuals and groups seen as threats, often based on their political beliefs rather than any real actions they took. This law was particularly significant for groups like the Communist Party of the United States and the Socialist Workers' Party. Leaders from these organizations faced prosecution under the Smith Act. One of the most notable cases occurred in 1949, when several top leaders of the Communist Party were convicted. The Supreme Court upheld these convictions in the case of Dennis versus United States in 1951. This ruling confirmed that the government could restrict speech if it was seen as inciting illegal actions. However, as time went on, the Supreme Court began to narrow the interpretation of the Smith Act. Later cases required that any advocacy must explicitly call for illegal action to be considered a violation. This shift highlighted the ongoing tension between national security and First Amendment rights. From the perspective of those accused, the Smith Act was viewed as a means of political repression. It limited the freedom to express political beliefs and stifled dissent. The law reflected the intense anti-communist sentiment of the time, aiming to suppress socialist and communist movements in the United States. In summary, the Smith Act played a significant role during a time of public paranoia about communism. It was used to prosecute individuals based on their beliefs, raising important questions about free speech and political expression. The legacy of the Smith Act reminds us of the delicate balance between security and liberty in a democratic society.